It is January 16th, 2026, and wishing everybody a happy belated New Year. Another beautiful winter day here in this part of Canada on the southern Gulf Islands. Let me clean the lens off on this Android. It could be a little dirty. Let's just have a quick little walk around the garden. First of all, we're going to show you the beautiful blue sky here today. And for those of you that have tuned in to our channel, we appreciate you guys watching. Have 3 YouTube channels on the go: Banana JSSI, Jungle Joe C Video Gates. My Video Gate channel, usually all the videos take place in that little shack out back with that beam antenna, or maybe that antenna right there, or that one or that one. We like to talk to different stations around the world, and that's what the Video Gate channel is all about. So that's Jungle Joe C Video Gates, and then we have Banana JSSI, which stands for Banana Joe on Salt Spring Island. We're out here off the far southwest coast of British Columbia. Current temperature is 7.5 degrees Celsius, or for my American friends and people that aren't into the Celsius thing, 45 degrees Fahrenheit here in this part of Canada. So hopefully my Wi-Fi connection holds out here, and I can kind of walk around the front garden. We're Starlink. You can see it on the roof up there. The local server here is really crappy. So we went to Starlink a year ago, and Starlink is so much better. So what you're looking at there are windmill palm trees. We have a lot of palm trees on our property. There's fatsia trees, lots of subtropical looking flora, eucalyptus, loquat, which is blooming. We haven't had any frost or anything here at this end of the island. Lots of microclimates on this island that is 16.7 miles long. And off the far southwest coast of British Columbia at 48 degrees north latitude. And what a day it is. The sun is low on the horizon at this time of the year, but you know what? Each day is getting a little bit lighter later, because the first day of winter here at this hemisphere is 21st of December, right? So let's go walk around the garden and just show you some of the plants we have. That's a date palm right there. That's a Phoenix canariensis, one of my seed grown. There's actually a cluster of them in there. These are more windmill palms. And then there's another date palm over there. I've thrown some stuff in the tiki hutch a while back, but I probably didn't have to do that. There's my wife right there. And I wonder if she saw my note. There's bird feeders. Hummingbirds are here year round too, which is really nice. Zach, hello, aloha from the Gulf Islands, out here off the far Pacific coast of Canada, out here on these beautiful islands. This is what this part of Canada looks like in winter. A very nice place to be when the rest of Canada is shoveling snow. Amelia, thanks for tuning in. Did you see my note in the sink? Yeah. Okay, good. There we go. There's my beautiful ponytail wife. All right, so this is actually her channel. I just kind of commandeer it. Hey, puppy, where's dog? Hey, you want a treat? Come here. Hey, you want a treat? Bad connection. Sorry, guys. I have a lot. I'm going to show you something in a minute. Actually, one of my friends in France actually sent me a France flag. Zach, how's everything going? I don't know where you guys are. Happy New Year, you guys. Happy New Year from the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. So let's walk around the garden a little bit, and we're going to show you what's going on here in this part of Canada on these southern Gulf Islands. All right. So we do grow palm trees. This part of Canada, for those that you don't know about this or anything like this going on in Canada, they do grow here. So this part of Canada is not as freezing cold as the rest of Canada. There's some with seeds on them right there. Look at that. All right. This is real, man, not AI stuff. I'm going to show you a flag from France. All right. So let's go take a look. What do you think? Do you guys like palm trees? I love palm trees. I actually have a palm nursery here. Things are starting here on our island. You can see the ribes here, flowering currant. Hopefully we're not going to have any Wi-Fi issues when I walk into my Radio Shack. And I'll give you a French flag. Connection loss. Sorry, guys. Okay, so let's walk around here. I'm going to spin this around, and then you're going to see the garden here. Some of the things we grow out here on these islands off the far southwest coast of British Columbia. We're right across the street from the Pacific Ocean here. Special plant. There's actually a tropical plant in there, and this will be its 9th year in the ground come June. Somebody gave that to me as it was a house plant they had for 20 years. It's a giant yucca gigantea. And I put a plastic bag over it. It seems to work if it gets too cold. So we're going to go down through here, and let me know if the Wi-Fi cuts out, because the Starlink is at the back of the house. So it's some of the plants you can grow here. You can actually create a jungle-like tropical look. There's a lot of palm trees that grow here on our island, especially when you go through town and in people's gardens. Here's some of my tikis I carve, right? These tikis I carve out of driftwood. Those are driftwood tikis. I carve them with a chainsaw. Thanks, Monty's Adventure. Thanks for tuning in. You know what I do every night, but when I come in from my Radio Shack, I sit on the couch and I just kind of scroll through live streams, and I stop at the ones that I like best. If I like them a lot, then I subscribe to them. You know what? So there's some of my tikis. And my name is Joe, by the way. There's a giant Mahonia coming into bloom. These are fragrant. Hummingbirds love those plants. Those are native to Asia. I wish I had smell-o-vision here, but let's get a close-up look at those flowers right there. And they're not fully opened yet, but that's a giant Mahonia. And underneath it is a Mediterranean fan palm right there. Planted that thing years ago with a Yucca rigida. And eucalyptus trees. We've got we had huge eucalyptus trees here. They were 30 meters tall. I grew from seed, but we had them cut down about 5 years ago. They were just getting too big, out of hand, and dangerous. I had a grove of them here. And turned them into firewood, unfortunately, but they had to go. So you can see through here, yes, I am in Canada. This is a winter day in this part of Canada on the southern Gulf Islands. Our island is very hilly and mountainous. There's 11 freshwater lakes here. And it's just a really nice place to be on a winter day if you have to be in Canada. If you have to be this far north, you want to be on these southern Gulf Islands. All right? I know it doesn't look like Canada. I ain't BSing you, though. This is the real deal. This is the real deal. There's one of my tikis with a fern in when its head. Mediterranean fan palm and lots of exotic flora. I'll show you the stumps. The remnants of where the eucalyptus, that was a 100-foot eucalyptus tree. There's some eucalyptus there. And that was eucalyptus stump there. Another one down in there. So there's more plants we put out here. I throw some of them in the tiki hut for winter. So once spring comes or late winter, I'll put them all back out, because you never know if we're going to get a cold snap. And it doesn't usually get that cold here. Last year we got down to -3 degrees Celsius one night. But there are some tender plants I had out, and I don't want them to get zapped by any frost, right? So out here, we'll show you there's the tree fern. You can see the fronds hanging over from a big tree fern. More palms. And many different species of plants we grow here. The garden is kind of like a botanical garden. I got to watch my step here. My vision is off. I had eye surgery. Let me spin this around. I had eye surgery December 4th. I actually had a detached retina. So I have to wear this pass type thing to hold the retina back in place. And it throws my equilibrium off. So that's why I'm wearing the eye patch. Once it fully dissipates my eye, I'll take it off. See? So I'll show you something. I have to wear that as a friendly reminder. See, the stuff they injected into my eye, it expands with elevation. So if I go at a higher elevation, which I'm not supposed to do, it expands and it creates pressure on the eye and extreme pain. I get a splitting headache. My eye starts to water. So we're 160 feet above sea level here, so it's not that bad. There's the sun coming through. I'm going to spin that around so you can see the sun just coming through there. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. A nice view in our front garden. This tree up here, I grew from seed years ago. This is a really cool tree, native to coastal California. It's called a Heteromeles arbutifolia, and it gets these beautiful flowers on it that the bees like, followed by red berries that the birds like. So there's a lot of plants in this garden that the birds and the bees love. Hummingbirds here year-round. We got the anise, and I think there's rufus here too. Arr! Yeah, I know. I kind of feel like a pirate. A lot of people say, Joe, that's a good look, the pirate patch. I says, I can't wait to drop it, man. I'm done being a pirate. December 4th, I started wearing, actually, no. Before the surgery, I started wearing the patch because this eye went all blurry. I had a detached retina. And people thought I was winking at them, so I went and got a patch to put on. But I actually do need the patch. I haven't been able to drive since the surgery, December 4th. It's a very, very slow healing process. I had a detached retina in that eye in 2012, so try not to get banged in the head too much. Not a good thing. Detached retina is not that much fun. They poke a lot of needles in your eye. You know what I mean? And it's a very, very painful thing. I'm going to show you the kiwi vines. The kiwis now, we harvested the kiwis and ate them all. We ate so many kiwis. They were so... Lost connection, sorry, I went too far. But they're the fuzz... Lost connection, sorry, I went too far. But they're the fuzzy kiwis, and they're really, really yummy. Just... And you know, fuzzy kiwi fruit has more vitamin C than a citrus. Did you know that? These are out, the camellias, Camellia japonica. These are hardy hibiscus, right? There's lots of bamboo. We got probably 20 different species of bamboo. And I wish I could go a little bit farther. There we go. Live again. Sorry. I got to stay. There we go. Live again. Sorry. I got to stay close to the Starlink. I'm going to flip this around and you can see this. Close to the Starlink. I'm going to flip this around and you can see the Starlink. There's the Starlink right there. Starlink. There's the Starlink right there. Okay. So let's look down. So what we're on the top of a knoll here, and we look down into this deep ravine. A deep ravine with a creek going through it that goes into the ocean. And down in the bottom of that deep ravine, there's a pond. There's some Fargesia robusta, tropical-looking bamboo behind it. There's a bald cypress, taxodium. There's some giant pedicites down there, and there's thousands of palm trees growing down in that deep ravine, believe it or not. So some pretty cool things you can grow. So if you're a gardener, this is a really good place to be in Canada. All right? I kind of wish our islands were another 1,500 miles south out into the ocean. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, you guys, to this channel. I'm going to show you some native trees. That's called a Douglas fir. That's called a grand fir. That's called a western hemlock. And those are western red cedar. All right. And then there's actually a native dogwood there. So those are the native trees here. And that's how we heat our house. Those are arbutus trees. This is the only place in Canada they grow out here on these islands. And there's a few isolated areas in rocky areas just north of Vancouver in the upper levels. So Pacific madrone. They're BLE, a broadleaf evergreen. The bark peels like eucalyptus, and the leaves stay round and green year-round, and they get white flowers in the spring followed by red berries that the birdies love. Okay, guys? Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to shut this thing down and go into the house for a little bit, and I might do a little bit later on. I might do a live stream. So cheers to you guys from the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. I'm wishing everybody out there a very merry, not a very merry, a very happy 2026. And I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Hope everybody had a good Christmas out there. We had a nice green, palmy Christmas here out on the Gulf Islands. Cheers to you guys. And enjoy the rest of your winter. Winter's going fast, right? The first day of spring up here in the Northern Hemisphere is 20th or 21st of March. I have to grok that. I don't really use Google anymore. I've been using Grok a lot. So have a good one, you guys. And thanks for tuning in to Gulf Island Rock. Cheers to you. Have a good day.